Welcome to the General's Gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen, Archon Hawk is back. The Archon Hawk fanboy club can stop their unpleasant screeching.
I don't know, it's unpleasant. I quite enjoy it. It's a melody to my ears, though I was quite sick last week, or whichever week it happens to be when this gets posted. So I was sick about 3 months ago, so...
Yeah, I've only posted one of the games with the Tightrope, and there's still, at the time of this video, there's still one more game with a Tightrope and one more game with a Tenchi. So that's probably a week or two in the scheme of things without having Blake in your ears.
Yes, but yeah, I'm feeling better now. Well, not 100%, but definitely getting there, which is nice. Players for today, getting there. They're being towards the middle of this map, and some engagements. Luciano as Wehrmacht.
And Tightrope as the US, the man who I casted with. Cool dude. And Luciano, who I actually played with the other day. He kind of wrecked me a bit as well. Very, very good player. He's actually climbed the ranks a lot recently. So I think this is going to be a good game. And this is on the fall balance preview. This matchup is probably the least affected. Whereas say, Soviets and OKW would be changed a lot more. Nice evacuation here from Tightrope.
Played a game of PUBG with Tightrope the other day.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Got carried. It was good.
Yeah.
So, we came second. Second's pretty good for PUBG. This was the first time I played with him and his crew. It was good.
The boys.
The boys
The
from
New Zealand boys.
Yeah, it was good.
Is he, Oh, so he bought the tank traps because the heavy cover was wired off.
Yeah. The next best thing for the rear echelon.
It's always risky going the south side as the axis on the right because the cutoff is just so vulnerable. Very hard to take back. And this is a good engagement here for the echelon. They're pretty close.
Yeah, this is nice. The most effective an echelon squad will ever be is here.
Oh! What was that reinforcement range, though?
Is that really? Is that real?
Surely it doesn't reach that far.
I didn't think so.
Wow.
That looked ridiculous.
Very good placement, though, by Luciano.
Maybe it does. Yeah, that's obviously intentional by Luciano. That's cool.
But I didn't think it would be all the way. I don't know if I can actually... There's no icon, I can't tell. But
yeah. A lot of times we do see these forward, like, infantry companies, but I don't know if we've ever actually seen that kind of range.
Yeah. You see it a lot on crossroads. Anyway. So Tightrope, what is he going for here? No 4th rifle squad by the looks of it. Whoa, assault engineers.
Oh,
what a mad dog.
Mad dog. Already locking in the armor. Probably one of the more changed USF commanders.
Oh yeah, both the M10s and the bulldozers have been changed, but will be a bit harder to cheese with the M10s given the call-in changes. For those of you who aren't aware what the changes were, call-ins cost a bit of a premium if you do not have the tech structure. So you can still go for the call-ins without tech, but it is a bit more advantageous if you do tech up. So it's to try and incentivize you to tech and punish the opponents who do not tech, but still gives the option open.
Definitely. Well, still giving you the emergency option is okay.
Emergency M10 going in, gonna win when I do a spin, crushing all your infantry up against the garrison.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Nice.
It's gonna happen, bro.
Dude,
it won't be the last time that happens.
It was a setup. You had to go for that.
Yeah.
I appreciate your commitment.
I hope we see a Puma in this game.
But
so they can keep going.
That Grenadier squad was in like the worst kind of like dilemma possible when it comes to thinking about which squad to target. It's like, do I focus the 2-man squad that's like in cover, or do I focus the 5-man squad that's in negative cover? It's just, I don't know, man. Like, what's more advantageous? It's definitely worth going for the 2-man squad. That one's forced to retreat. Has been knocked away, and Grenadier squad as well retreating from this garrison. Nice map control at the top from Tightrope, but a solid commitment from Luciano. Just a small, just a single squad cap fest down the bottom.
For those of you who haven't seen our rap video, Emergency M10, firstly, I'm sorry, I apologize for that little breakout. But secondly, go watch the video, man. Just
yeah.
YouTube Emergency M10. Yeah. You'll get it, and you'll be like, oh, I get it now. I get it.
Yeah. Not available on iTunes yet. But
No, any day now.
yeah. We're sure to be approached.
By the
Once
CEO
Eminem hears
of
about it,
iTunes,
I'm
of
pretty
Apple.
keen. So yeah. Sony music contract.
This is a bad engagement for the Grenadiers. These Echelon are actually vetting up pretty well here. Vet one already.
Is he gonna nade this or?
It wouldn't matter. It's heavy cover. So
Yeah.
even if he hits the shot, it wouldn't actually kill the Echelon. Okay, so Tightrope's gone for his M15. The AA half track. I haven't seen that one in a while. The MG is holding the line here, but there's not too much there once this fuel point gets decapped. The other thing that Luciano has to be careful of is now that there's actually engineers on the field, they can plant mines and demos. And if you didn't know this, the demos that the US and the British, the commandos, can place are actually stronger than the Soviet demos. They have a wider blast radius.
PogChamp.
As if the Soviet demos weren't powerful enough. There's
Yeah.
more powerful demos for some reason.
Someone thought that was a good idea.
Well, Tightrope having some fantastic map control. Got pretty much the entire map now.
Yeah, it's actually kind of nuts. Pretty much solely on the back of these Echelon, I think. The fact that Echelon have actually 4 squads off the map is just insane, and it's just not a calculation you normally have to make when it comes to game. It's like, oh no, there's a squad of Echelon.
This is a crazy flank. He's sent 5 squads at this MG. He could even lose it here. Even the AA half track getting some damage done. This MG will go down here.
Yeah.
Grenadiers can't prevent this one.
I've never seen a more well-deserved wipe than that one set up by Tightrope, the 4-squad flank in addition to the AA half-track.
Oh,
Well-deserved. How did the Echelon win that? See, we look away. I bet they're hacking or something. They have aim hacks on their weapons. I bet you anything. We look away from those Echelon every time they take an engagement. They shouldn't have won that against Pioneers, surely. But
This
yeah.
AA half track hasn't retargeted. There we go. I think it's firing at it now. What the hell happened there? He wasn't firing his autocannon.
Yeah.
There's no prioritized vehicles, which is a little bit frustrating here on the AA half track. And oh, the MG not taken here by Tightrope.
Yeah, it's a pretty big misplay. Had a lot of opportunity to go for it.
Maybe he can attack it here, but no, recaptured. Luciano still playing from a difficult position, but getting that MG back is definitely to his advantage, especially given that there's 4 riflemen. There's an Echelon, there's assault engineers. Having that MG is so important when he's behind in not only infantry, but he doesn't have much munitions, so he won't have those LMG upgrades. And Tightrope floating up, a bit of munitions here, can drop 4 bars once he gets that weapon rack upgrade in a moment.
Mortar as well here for Luciano. So pretty strong commitment into his current map control. I'd say is probably the best way of putting it. He's not going to go beyond fuel point VP, adding on another support weapon at this stage in the game. Just looking to hold his ground and trade effectively with the help of this MG and actually cover it properly.
Though he may struggle without a pack versus this M15 AA half track. The scout car is, it's decent against it, but you get forced off pretty easily like this. It's only really good for hit and run in a sustained attack. Once that main gun starts firing, then the scout car gets shredded pretty quickly. So weapon rack now coming here for Tightrope. He will have a few bars to his name. Even has a flamer. This Grenadier squad, a little bit late retreat. Oh my god, Luciano drops the LMG.
Hopefully that one at least gets picked up by Tightrope. I'm a little bit sick as well, guys. At the moment, I'll do my best to soldier on, but as it turns out, I may occasionally have to blow my nose, as I've just worked out then. So otherwise, I'll start sounding incredibly nasally. Yeah, the machine.
Yeah, you don't want to sound nasally, then you'll sound like the Elder on Dawn of War 3.
Oh shit!
Dire Avengers must be merciless. Wow, such immersive voice acting.
Such alien.
Feels bad, man.
Many stasis.
Last chance. Woo.
Oh. Great ability. Would recommend.
Great ability. All right. Now people get mad at us when we start whining about Dawn of War 3. Well, this one guy did. So in tribute of that guy, we're sorry. We'll stop.
Yeah, as you know, we often listen to individuals' opinions on our. Yes, because everyone's a special flower and they're all important.
Some more than others.
Yeah.
Um,
Can you find a nice engagement, Luciano? I don't think you can, my friend. Especially with
There's
three
not-
of your grenadiers, rifles on their shoulders, and look at this guy. Look at this.
Don't worry, guys, I
Look
got
at
this.
this right here. Look at this.
Oh man,
Ah.
this is kind of reminding me of your PUBG tournament at RF. You're like you're trying to carry your team, and they're just like standing around. You're like, guys, what are you doing?
Oh, that was brutal.
Give your life just for them to run away like little
Ooh.
bitches.
Yeah, that's yeah. Look, that's eerily accurate.
Okay, there's no AP ammo here, so that was the advantage to Tightrope wiping the HMG. He doesn't have to worry about this incendiary ammo coming out and just murdering that AA half track. Oh, there's a Puma!
Ow!
You got a Puma, you're gonna be a loser. You can't do it with me, I'm a bruiser. I guess I should have waited until we have an M10 on the field before I went into that verse, but I'm sorry. Actually, he needs that Puma. That's why he didn't go for the pack, because he obviously had that in mind. There is an ambo here.
Ambo dive.
Yeah, the ambo can survive one shot. Not moving this is probably the best choice there, as he was going to escape. At least getting some damage done will scare the Puma for going in for the ambo. I guess maybe if you tried to evac that and let's at least keep the crew alive.
Yeah, that's an option.
Whatever.
So.
Has a bazooka on this echelon, so...
There aren't that many situations where you're like, you know 100% like this is going to go down, I should crew back. A lot of the times it's like so 50-50 trying to save units, but yeah, it was certainly an opportunity to go for the evac. That was one of those occasions.
Alright. Tightrope. So he's got his armor company. He's actually gone for his major. So you probably wouldn't have seen that had this been the current build.
Yeah, probably not.
Because, oh man, 2 bazookas, one of them misses. The 2-2 will survive for now, but maybe not if it doesn't get back to base in time. There we go.
The hidden icon is the deadliest when Echelon have a minesweeper.
Yeah, it's actually on the engine. No, it's on the assault engineers. That's why. So
Really? Wow.
There's
Yeah.
2 hidden bazookas. One on the engineers. No, what? No, there's 3
bazookas total. Yeah.
Yeah,
Look at that.
2 on the echelon and 1
Yeah.
on the engineers. So how the 2-2 survived that one, I am unsure. But this ambo is so vulnerable. Maybe he should put the ambo like over here, just so it isn't so vulnerable there to being sniped by that Puma.
Bazookas are such a hard thing to see at full zoom as well. You have to really be looking for them.
This is full zoom. Rip. Makes me want to go play Ashes now. We can zoom out, see the whole battlefield.
You know, like Dawn of War 3, so you can zoom out and
Come on, Blake. We've already bashed out 3 this video.
Ah,
Don't go down
sorry,
that.
one per video. I didn't say we'd
Yeah.
stop, didn't we? Yeah, that's it's not really staying true to our word.
What good is our word if tarnished by you? Well, a little bit late there with the setup and setting up downwards for some reason. Man, isn't it nice US having flamers and mines?
Pretty good. Pretty good. I like it. Hey, God, I almost forgot about that. It's very early in the game I was just like, well, I mean, of course he can build mines. I mean, he's got his echelon squads, right? Oh, wait. Hold on a minute.
We've actually seen any mines, though. Tightrope should
No.
get on that. I guess he is spending his munitions on weapon racks. So
Yeah.
it's not like he's wasting his munitions, but... Oh, man. Especially against something like a Puma, you really want to have that mine. It's pretty vulnerable, the Puma. So if it hits a mine, it doesn't have much health left. Oof.
Excuse me. No demos either as well, which is, you know, could work out well, especially considering how often this bottom garrison's been taken. That's a free squad wipe.
Double Pioneer, which is the safe choice here from Luciano. I guess for a sweeper, which you normally wouldn't have to bother with.
Looking towards our victory points, 349 for my boy Tightrope, 395 for Luciano. Should in a better position with VPs.
Yeah, Luciano's done well at recovering here, in part due to this Puma. He will have access to his command Panzer IV, but he will need to tech up for that. So, I don't think it's tier 4 though. I think the tier 3 would do it in terms of reducing its cost, because there's different tiers of call-ins. There's like medium, and then heavy, and then I think like light call-ins don't count, like the dodge half track, for example. But yeah, Tightrope definitely struggling for VPs at the moment. It's still ticking down. Oh, that's a demo there on that point.
Cool. Nice.
So keep an eye out on that one. A double flamer! Oh no! Oh, Luciano. I guess you just don't think about it when you're versing US. You normally don't bother with the sweepers.
Wow. It's gonna cost him. Yeah. Hubris really would be. I mean, Hubris would be the Pioneer squad itself going down. That'd be a solid reminder for Luciano to build a sweeper as he loses the second Pioneer squad.
There's only 3 Grens for Luciano, so if he loses another Gren squad, that would be pretty hard for him to recover from. Especially as there's an LMG on these riflemen.
Gren squad should be fine. Might drop another model here, but...
Yeah, maybe 2 models, but he should be okay. Wasn't a stop there. Wow. Only 1 model. Jeez, that was lucky though. Because I think there was an LMG there, so if he stopped, he would have got more damage off. Yeah. Mortar hasn't done a lot, but it got a fair bit of health damage. At least it prevents the MG from chilling in this building. I think that's why I got it to begin with.
Very nice angle as well. Hard to flank, covers the road, VP's covered. Certainly want to see Tightrope pulling those VPs back a little bit. Can actually capture the middle. It's the tier 3 going down. I'm guessing, can we check the command, the P4 price?
Yeah.
Yes, okay, so yeah, the tier 3 was enough on this occasion.
So Tightrope going for another squad of the rear echelon. I wonder why that is. Ooh, that was a lucky wipe with the mortar, I think, of all things. Yeah, that was the mortar that got it.
Yeah.
Putting a fuel cache wouldn't be a bad idea.
I don't think it was the Puma. If it was the Puma, I would have collapsed back on the bed and face palm. So.
Yeah. Well, I saw it. It was the mortar.
Yeah.
At least he's gonna cap this one back. Not a big deal. He's gonna cap this one back. Not a big deal.
Yeah. He's gonna cap this one back for the 4-man echelon squad before it gets dropped to 3 men.
Oh man. There we go. So, another squad of Pioneers. Triple Pioneers. Man, is Luciano realizing the error in his ways and going, oh man, I need that. But maybe he just knows that he's got 2 vehicles on the field. Soon to be a 3rd.
And there's no drop flavor option as well for the Pioneers, which makes sense. Yeah, I don't know about this M10 play. Get forced off.
Oh, Faust connected here, but that shouldn't matter. There's no pack. And the Puma's too low to go in for the kill. Pyro actually getting a bit of munitions too, so he will be able to use that howitzer barrage if he gets enough and gets a few more of those command points.
Nice to have the option.
Especially in a situation like this, where you're kind of clumped up.
Perfect.
You're gonna maybe hitting the barracks.
Wiping 3 Pioneer squads at once. And,
yeah, once the M10 hit the field, Luciano couldn't do much because those light vehicles weren't going to be contributing much on his behalf. But Luciano not going to be too far off getting either a command Panzer IV or just the regular variant. If I was Imperial Dane, I would know it's Aus F. What does it say? I think if you click on it, it says it. Like Aus J, Aus F, whatever. Oh, there's a demo, but
what?
Doesn't. Yeah, those Pioneers were nowhere nearby. It wasn't revealed either, so that was Tightrope being a little bit too keen on the trigger. Okay, well.
You see anything up north? I mean, the sweeper's there as well. That needs to force that sweeper off. It's really important the sweeper squad gets forced off.
He sees it capping too. Go for a crush with the M10. No, he's gonna see it.
Yeah. Oh, no, there's the M10. He's going for it. Nice.
Okay, that's
good
revealed
play.
though.
Yeah.
It would be like that dark.
Did he see it? Did Luciano see it? That's the question. Was it on the screen? It's possible.
Yeah, that's it. That color means it wasn't hidden. All right.
Transparency. So
yeah, transparency. Tightrope now back in the map. He's got everything apart from that fuel on this muniz, which is actually cut off. And now Luciano going for a Panzer IV. But the M10 is, a fantastic counter to that. So it will be a battle of the supporting AT the bazookas versus the Puma.
With a minimum of at least, a minimum of 3 on the field here. The Tightrope.
The Bulldozer should be pretty good versus the Puma now with that extra penetration. It should be penning every round. Of course, it won't hit it too well if it's moving, but a lot of times it's not moving. Wait, did... Oh,
nice with the deflection
he wiped
damage
a
as
grand
well.
squad with a demo.
Ah,
So you're right, you didn't see it.
There you go.
He was revealed, but wasn't noticed. That's unfortunate here for Luciano, only having 2 Grens left against multiple riflemen. Puma taking more damage. This could be going down. M10 going for the chase. There's no fouls because it's pinned. Panzer IV's arrived, but too late. Down goes the Puma. Panzer IV going in for the kill, but it missed a shot, and there's more Zooks in the back.
They're getting forced backwards now. Panzer IV not on the chase. Actually find some damage onto these Echelon. No, they actually managed to retreat in time. Panzer IV probably not going to get another shot off here.
So the M10 has slightly more range. He pops the AP ammo, which has been actually buffed. Doesn't have as much as a aim-fired delay as it used to, because that aim-fired delay was quite preventative. It was actually a lot more than the regular shell, so it was kind of a bug fix really. But oh, I'm gonna throw away this rifle squad. Okay, maybe okay with the retreat, but perhaps not. There we go. Gets out of there.
Did you send Tightrope a packet of RNG fortune cookies? He's doing really well this game.
Well, I did send him a Sherman Bulldozer.
Right. Express or standard post, so.
Didn't they fix demos? Nope.
Nope.
Hashtag scope.
Yeah. I mean, you would think, wouldn't you? But you would be wrong if you thought that. Bulldozer living up to its name. There are perfectly good paths in other directions, but straight through is the option Tightrope takes.
The angsty teenage Bulldozer driver doesn't want to use the roads as intended.
Yeah.
So this actually has been buffed, this Bulldozer. Now, if I remember correctly, it's more pen, it has deflection damage, and it has some good vet bonuses. Still won't be too deadly versus the Panzer IV, but that's why he has the M10 and even the Zooks as well. The engineers could be going down. Yep, they died, didn't drop a Zook. And these Zooks aren't doing too well long range, but the Bulldozer gets a nasty shell off on that HMG. It's going to have to back away. Okay, he's facing his rear armor. That's not very good, because the P4 can make use of that.
Essentially guaranteed present penetration, but only if he can actually get the shots past the stone wall. Emergency M10 going in.
Going in, but there's going to be a Faust that ward him off, and the P4 missing so many shots. Oh man, that P4 moving accuracy is not very good. Oh, look at that clump up.
Nasty. Took a fair bit of damage there.
Didn't need to retreat all those squads. I guess he just panicked when he saw how low the echelon were.
Yeah, man, I don't know those feels. Echelon finally find an engagement that isn't favourable for them. They're actually going to force them off. 273 VPs compared to the 225 of the Luciano.
New squad of Grens built. But this Dozer is going to be a problem for his Grenadiers. Can always wipe them if they get too clumped up.
The enemy is overrunning one of our capture points.
And we also see the veterancy requirements has been lowered. Getting up a little bit quicker now. Especially if you factor in the deflection damage, it's going to be getting more veterancy off those vehicles. Oh, man, that's the kind of clump you want to avoid.
Ooh, yeah.
The 50 cal is going to be able to gun him down if he
no
sticks
worries.
long enough. It's not a very nimble Sherman, but it's enough to get the job done. Oh, man. Oh, not another wipe. He backed off, though. Jeez.
One Grenadier surviving. At least Luciano's finally found a small bit RNG in his favour.
Tightrope not using his own tips and tricks. You shift click the garrison
after you do the repair. Let's see
Yeah.
what he does on this one. Also, I'd like to Luciano's pop cap. Looking at Luciano's pop cap 57. He added 67. then
Oh, no, he did it then, I think.
Stug,
Looked
oh,
like
he
it.
did. That's cool. Stug pop cap increase from 8 to 10. It's been called out for a long time.
Yeah, very, very cheap it was previously, pop cap wise. Okay, M10's vet 2, so that should be pretty nasty here. What is it, mobility? Increased accuracy is actually kind of important too. Will this still get a nice angle off? Oh no, the Panzer IV gonna be wrapping around as well. This M10 should be going down if the P4 gets one last shot. There we go. M10's destroyed. A little bit indecisive there from the M10. He went backwards and then forwards again. Oh geez, even this bulldozer Sherman, this Stug is doing so much damage.
Another 240 shot's going to hit soon as well, but it's well outside of the range of this fight. There's another one.
We're losing a capture point.
Well, doesn't look like it's walked away from the engagement.
So the Stug couldn't chase there
Again.
because of the Zooks. Oh yeah. Do you know where it was placed?
Back a little bit, I think. So I'm pretty sure that was the last shell.
Oh!
No, there's the scattered one. Okay, cool.
4 shells
Yeah.
for the 240
Yeah.
mil.
I wasn't sure if that was where the scattered shell. The last shell always scatters and always finds the support weapon, guaranteed.
One more, dude. So we caught all of them then. There was
Right,
1, 2,
okay.
3, 4.
That's cool. No, I thought I missed the very first one, so that's good.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
Another M10. He has a bit of a window here because these tanks are both wounded. But Luciano looking good now. He's wiped both of those tanks. The M10, which was Vet 2, the bulldozer, which was being a real problem to his infantry.
Looking towards population cap tightrope on 58 here. Despite a huge core of infantry. Luciano on 56. Not looking so flash, but he is in terms of the tanks. I mean, Panzer IV, Vet 1, Stug, Vet 1. Walking, talking, radar truck. Vet 3. So, plenty of vision for Luciano.
Oh yeah, that's something to factor in. This is his vision. That Vet 3 mortar have been doing some pretty good work. 21 kills. It's got a few wipes on that HMG team. Could, in part, due to the vision of that scout car.
Enemy forces are securing our territory.
Oh wait, no, sorry, he didn't lose the Sherman. He was just repairing.
Yeah.
Well, never mind.
Yeah, Sherman backed away fine. Not about a quarter health, but nothing too major. Another M10 going to be built up in support as well.
We fight bravely for the
Important for Tightrope to take any tank engagements, at least the M10 is here. Actually smoking off here.
Yeah, wants to smoke the HMG team off, allows his Zooks to go in.
Also, I mean, probably allows the bulldozer a few free attack rounds as well. I mean, mortar obviously gets a few more shots off. There are a lot of benefits. All these support weapons are going to retreat anyway, so desired effect here. Tightrope successful in forcing Luciano off this area, but is he actually going to do anything to follow it up? I don't see him capturing the middle VP. He certainly has the option to, but he's not pushing in. He's on 185 VPs compared to the 225 of Luciano. There we go, finally. 30 seconds late.
Pretty sure the regular Sherman has the smoke for free.
losing a sector.
Well, this one actually costs munitions. But it does fire 4. The normal one I think is only 3, but anyway. Yeah, I like seeing the utility of the smoke, not just the defensive ability. You get some pretty cool preemptive uses. And this P4 command tank going to be buffing the Vet 2 Panzer IV, so this will be quite durable now with the extra armor and the extra health.
Tightrope going for the old back tech as well.
Ah, I think
Captain
he
coming up.
must want an anti-tank gun.
Definitely, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. With the current build from Luciano, it makes a lot of sense. Too many medium tanks to just have, just rely on bulldozer and M10.
That being said, the Jackson has been buffed, so he could go for that one as an option.
True.
Kind of sad that he isn't. I'd like to see how it performs. He has railwayed here, so this is maybe. Wait, what arty is that?
Behind our lines. Headquarters at
That's not railway. Is it major? It's major arty. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was just looking frantically for units that could use artillery, and it's like, yeah, maybe right.
Yeah. Forgot about that. It's not that bad,
It's
though.
understandable to forget about that machine, honestly. So, yeah.
You can't fight this Stug head up.
No, I mean, it used to be awful, but it's not so bad anymore.
It's still not very good, but it's cheap. You know, it's 60 munitions, so it's fine.
So we got like 120 or 180, was it more? Like something ridiculous?
I think it was 100
yeah.
120 or 100,
Yeah.
and it fired like half the amount of shells.
Yeah.
It was so bad.
Are seizing a sector.
With scatter as well, wasn't even accurate.
Yeah, I think it still scatters a lot. It
Yeah.
just fires twice as many shells. Yeah, it was awful. It was so bad. It's like, how can an ability be so bad? Uh oh, the people going in. He may one-shot the crew while they're repairing, but I think he was on prioritized vehicle, so no shot. And an anti-tank grenade comes through, but he can't attack this head-on with a Stug and the buff from that command P4. Yeah, it needs to repair these tanks up. Very smart choice from Tightrope. I love this AT gun.
Yeah, that's very intelligent.
Even the new buffed Jackson would struggle versus a Vet 2 Stug.
Yeah. Using the absolute full breadth of his available units, which is nice to see.
He only had to spend 50 fuel and like 600 manpower for it.
Yeah.
500.
Hey man,
470.
pretty cheap if you win the game.
Did you see how fast that was reversing?
Yeah. He wants to be a bulldozer too, knocking trees over.
But this vision is so good here. I really like Luciano's preservation of the scout car.
And even force off units without bazookas as well. It's nice.
Well, you say that, but he will get hit by a nade.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine though. He still wins that trade, even without the Command Panther. Sorry, Command P4 though. He can eat 2 nades and then still win the engagement.
Okay, he's got the M10, or the M1 AT gun in position. This P4 is a little bit too deep. There's Zooks, there's an AT gun, there's a Sherman.
Yeah, that one's gone.
Oh, so many bounces
Oh,
though.
no!
Bazooka's not very good at penetrating the armored skirts once it upgrades on that P4. Where's the Stug though? That's really the important
Yeah.
question here. That's back at base.
RNGesus comes for his tax payment from Tightrope. He has far too much luck this game. And he suffers many a bounce. That was insane. There should have been, that was a dead to rights P4. A full volley of bazooka shots, M1 in range, you know, bazooka firing, M10 firing.
Oh, didn't put the M10 on hold fire. He went for the command P4 rather than the regular P4. Still in a iffy spot given the Stug on the field. I guess that's actually quite wounded as well. He's back at that veterancy too.
$179 VPs for Tightrope, 102 for Luciano. I think he's getting a little desperate.
We have 100 points remaining.
Getting this VP would help, the munis point would help because that'll allow Tightrope to throw down another 240 mil a little bit sooner.
Our base is under attack.
Yeah, it could be nice to see.
So Luciano, what does he go for here? Maybe another Panzer IV. A lot of munitions to his name, but no real way to spend them. That's one of the downsides of this commander. Apart from this counter-attack tactics, which is worth popping now just because he has the munis. But you don't get any off-maps or anything like that.
Assault gun standing by.
Certainly could be worthwhile going for another medium. Yeah. I actually really like that from Luciano. It's a nice choice, going for that Panzer IV. Put on a lot of pressure. Multiple VP pressure is very possible here. Dive pressure is possible, especially with only the single M1. And, oh god, that's brutal.
The situation is becoming
He's
critical.
almost killed this M1 AT gun.
Points remaining.
Well, it looks like there has been a stall. Luciano is still not popping his counter-attack tactics. I really hate that word. The words. There's too many T sounds. Counter-attack tactics.
Panzer IV is ready for battle.
Actually, will be a damage engine here. There we go. And the Zooks are on the way, so this P4 could go down. He does still have the Panzer Tactician. Stug in reserve. I actually like that. It means the Stug won't get flanked.
There's no possible way it can be caught out by M10s and collapsed upon, which is good. Tightrope isn't exactly rolling in M10s. It's a dangerous amount of medium tanks. This is seriously dangerous.
And they're behind the house, so the M10 can't get a good angle. One rifle squad does go down.
There's 50 VPs left for Luciano. I mean, Tightrope's happy. As long as he's not dropping squads here, it's fine.
Okay, this could be the P4 going down. Pops the AP ammo on his M1, but now the M10 taking damage. Bulldozer as well can do some damage with that extra penetration and the deflection damage. M1's destroyed. The Stug now moving in. Rear armor on this Bulldozer Sherman. Where are the bazookas? Another M10 joined the fight, phasing through the Stug. Main gun goes down on this P4. It pops the smoke, but is it too late?
There might be this little good engagement. Actually, through this, it's Tightrope ticking down on VPs. These M10s are going to keep coming in. This M10 is still alive. I have no idea how. Finally he goes down. The Command P4 could be in trouble though as well. Ah, nice. M10 destroys one Panzer IV. It's going to hunt down this Command Panther. All of a sudden, Luciano is out of medium tanks. That was an incredibly well-played engagement.
Yeah, great stuff from Luciano. I like his angle, but Tightrope just had a little bit too much there.
Did you see how Tightrope didn't overextend? He knew he had a bad engagement down the south because of the garrison positioning, and the M1 would not be able to get an angle. Waited for Luciano to actually push into him, so the M1's already set up. The Bulldozer's set up. Everything is ready to go. The M10 has a good line of fire.
Oh, that's why. The extra ranged vet too, that now has... yeah, and that he caught an M10 just in time.
Yeah.
If that engagement was sooner, could have gone bad for him. Something that Tightrope was saying in one of our casts is that you need to be patient in Coh2. Well, like for Tightrope there, he needed to just wait till he had another M10, and that's effectively what happened. Whereas if he tried to find that engagement, not only would he have got a bad angle as you explained, but also he wouldn't have had that extra M10. And also Zooks aren't really good on the offense. You know, they bounce it at max range. They're pretty short range relative to other types of AT. So if Luciano is the one aggressing onto him, then that definitely plays into his hands.
Luciano has a Puma, and it looks like he's going to be a loser. Not really much he can do at this stage. He's getting forced up by Bazookas. Literally any AT inside of Tightrope will force this Puma off the map. There's 2 Grenadier squads, 1 Pioneer. Just a matter of time before this game's over. 134 VPs, not a believable amount for Luciano. No way for him to hold these VPs.
The scout car has survived and outlived all of the other vehicles. It's outlived the Pumas, the Panzer IVs. That's heroic. He's only got 9 kills, but I think it's had a good impact.
Yeah.
How much pop cap is it? It's only 5 pop caps, so it really isn't that much. Granted, I think it's 6, 7.
It's pretty good. 25 points remaining for Luciano. Triple cap on for Tightrope. Pitiful damage from the Puma onto the Bulldozer. It's kind of sad, really.
Yeah, but it has the range, so give it enough time. But time isn't a commodity in quantity for Luciano. That's going to be the GG ticking down in a matter of seconds. Well played by Tightrope.
It was. It really was.
I liked his caution. He didn't play more aggressive than he needed to. I mean, it was a bit of a turnaround when he lost the M10, like the first M10, but that was really just because the Stug surprised him. It wasn't necessarily a misplay.
Essentially the sole overextension of his entire match. That was very solid gameplay.
Yeah, and he was just so aggressive early game. He won some really good engagements. That Luciano was a little bit starved of fuel and fell quite far behind. Couldn't get any tanks out quick enough, and as a result, Tightrope had pretty good map control with the M15, the M10, the Bulldozer Sherman. So yeah, GG, well played, nice game, and I think you can see the effect that the premium has on these call-ins.
Yeah.
Both of our players teched up before going for the call-ins, which does make the game a bit more skillful. I think you can't have that safety net of, well, I have no fuel, but I can still afford 2 Pumas.
Yeah.
Or insert any other call-in vehicle, especially heavy tanks. So yeah, anything to add?
No, that just about covers all of it. Callum, thank you for joining us, ladies and gentlemen. It's been fun.